He's got 6 months. If he doesn't fix security, they're asking him to resign. A member of the House of Representatives Minority Caucus who met and addressed the press in the National Assembly. And they're saying that things are really getting out of hand, and they're asking the president to take decisive action or leave. The brand new minority leader of the House of Representatives led that press conference, Honorable Fred Agbedi, and is live for us here in our Abuja studio. Many thanks, leader, for joining us tonight.
Yeah, great pleasure to be here today, and good evening to Nigerians.
And congratulations on emerging as the minority leader.
Thank you. I owe my colleagues, the Minority Caucus, that loyalty and appreciation for unanimously giving me the mandate to lead them.
But your colleague made a dramatic turn. It was look, and you made a rule that sidetracked the likes of Imo Gochinyere from that race.
No, I'm sure you are misrepresenting the facts.
Really?
Yeah. The truth of the matter is that the rule does exist. And when you're talking about principal officers, you have to be ranking. You have to have cognitive legislative experience to be appointed a principal officer. Maybe sometimes some people liken leadership to principal officers. Principal officers are different from leadership. A chairman of a committee is a member of the leadership, but it's not a member of the body of principal officers.
Is that where the confusion came?
It's not a confusion. It depends on the interpretation and perception of.
So why is, if you said the rule existed, why was the like of Imo Gochinyere running to be minority leader? And he has been able to amass signatures from, majority signature from members of the minority parties in the House.
First, there is no crime in expressing interest to run for a position, okay, in any democratic space. The procedures are that you express your interests. In most of the times, there are other steps that you need to take, and then steps lead to either screening. You know, at some point of screening, maybe that's where you talk about qualification or disqualification, you know. And so it was his right to say, I want to be the minority leader.
But your own view...
But at the time, it was matched with the existing rules, you know, and conventions of the House. You know, it happened that he could not proceed any further. And we thank him for having that understanding.
So by the rule, it was unfit to be, be the minority leader.
Was, exactly what it was.
Because the thinking and a lot of there are few views of some Nigerians thinking that you and your colleagues are rubber stamped to the executive, especially in the 10th National Assembly. And when you hear the minority leader, they think that there is so much more that the minority in the National Assembly could do. But it does look like you are overwhelmed by the weight of the majority.
It is not that we're overwhelmed by the weight of majority. It is that in democracy, the majority will have their way and the minority will have their say. And that goes to tell you why in last week, the minority decided that they were going to elect leaders by themselves and believing that those leaders were going to give them leadership.
And you protested that no announcement, no sitting on the state police bill. That's what some of you and they were chanting. No announcement, no sitting. No announcement, no sitting. That's some kind of civil rebellion, isn't it?
No. I think far from it. The fact remains that this was a minority caucus affair. You know, and where the minority had agreed unanimously to say these are our leaders, and then there's an impediment, you know, to expressly proclaiming the leadership, then of course you expect a reaction. And that was just the reaction coming from members of the minority caucus. And they insisted that, see, we can't go into critical issues without having a full gear of the minority desk. And that the first thing to do should be this. And then we proceed to issues of concern, so that we know that the entire gamut of the minority desk is taking decisions, with the majority in the House as to what should happen, what is good for Nigerians, and then whether we are agreeable to it or not, And so that was just the agitation. It was not as to saying that people were either aggrieved about any particular thing or not. No, that was it. The fact was that they have elected their leaders. It was a minority caucus affair. That has been done, and the duty of Mr. Speaker was to so announce it. And so eventually did it. And that brought, a seamless sitting, last week, Thursday.
Does you and your colleague, do you feel in a certain way, perhaps embarrassed, that Nigerians see you as a rubber stamp?
From one assembly to the other, there are a lot of dictions being used,
Especially this 10th assembly. You don't think the scenario is worse?
Well, sometimes certain actions, precipitate that kind of description. Sometimes lack of understanding of the workings of the assembly also can.
But do you think that you are doing enough in the interest of Nigerians who think that you are not putting and mounting pressure on the executive and the majority ruling party in the country?
Well, we are doing our best.
But
our best may not be good enough. Yeah. And we intend to improve on that.
Is that not disappointing?
We intend to improve on that.
Do you think that you have felt some Nigerians who think that they hoped and they wished for the best, but you are not giving them the best?
You remember that sometimes ago in this democracy, one of our elders said, if his son failed, they should allow him to repeat. If you remember that narrative, he wanted a second time. And everybody said, no, he failed in the first. I said, okay, any student, any child who fails exam, is allowed to repeat. So let him repeat the second time and see whether he will pass or not.
Is that what the minority is saying? You want to repeat for Nigerians to give you a chance?
No.
But are you even acknowledging the failure to Nigerian people?
No.
Who have imposed that confidence on the minority to say, give us a voice against the preponderance or the overwhelming voice of the majority in the House or in the National Assembly. And they feel maybe you have failed them.
Shewun, did you see what happened last Thursday in the House about the minority nomination of our leadership? It was to give, effect to that proposition that we need a voice as a minority for Nigerians. And I'm sure that's why you invited me here.
Absolutely. Let's get into part of what you said today. You have asked President Bola Tinubu to act or resign. That's an audacious statement. Your caucus has told the president to lead or leave. That's arguably one of the strongest political statements made against a sitting president in several years in this country. Are you effectively declaring that the president has failed in his constitutional duty under Section 14(2)(b) of the Constitution, which says that the security and welfare of the people should...
When Mr. President Ahmed Bola Tinubu said from Lagos that Goodluck should resign, what did you say to him? That is the duty and the beauty of democracy. The beauty of it is that if you are not able to give leadership to your nation, if your government fails, then both those in the minority, those who are free citizens of the nation, have a right to say you either perform or you quit. Let me remind you, in the 8th Assembly in which I was a member, right in the floor of the House of Representatives, I rose, and in my contribution to a particular motion, I did say that President Muhammad Buhari's government has failed. I went further to say that Nigerians' life is equal to 1 minute silence. That the life of a Nigerian equals 1 minute silence. So where are we? What did we say today? You either give leadership or you quit. That is the truth of the matter.
But they said they are doing their best.
Is the best good enough? The best is not good enough. Take, for example,
So you're asking him to resign, right?
Yes. Since he's unable, he should quit. Take for example.
Have you ever seen that happen?
For example, Mr.
Africa?
President went to Jos. He went to Jos to sympathize with people of Plateau State who suffered insecurity attack. What did the president say? He said the Jos airport has no light. So in the next 10 minutes, he was going to leave. He didn't even go to see the people. He met the people at Jos airport. Let me ask you.
You said there was no light on the tunnel.
Beautiful. Yeah. Are you ready to lead your people? Let me tell you. So how many children are in captivity in Oyo State? The president was in Lagos.
So this is an indictment.
The president was in Lagos. Did he go to Ibadan?
He sent his NSA.
Interesting.
So you wish
an American president will stand at the airport to receive one soldier that was slain in war front. So what are we talking about? If you are no longer ready for the job, you are already a president. So you are already a president. So it is a live nomenclature. It's a live position. So go back home.
Are you saying President Tinubu has failed? Is that your statement?
This government and the president has failed. That is why we gave him 6 months. Yes, if he does not in 6 months, well, of course, we will apply all the legislative...
well, it will be election time around...
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Oh, okay, that's why he abandoned the administration and veered completely into politicking. This government started politicking from the day one that he was sworn in as president.
Look at this. Since your caucus citing the killings, kidnappings, the death of retired Major General Rabi Abubakar in captivity as evidence of a failing security architecture, but this government and its officials are arguing that troops have eliminated hundreds of terrorists and bandits in the past year, or in the last few days, a few rescues have been made. Is your criticism based on fact on the ground or public perception driven by highly publicized attacks?
What is the balance of your analysis?
I'm asking the question.
Yes, the balance of analysis that is worsening.
You don't think that anything has changed in the last few days?
See,
that's the argument of this government. That they are working hard, they are changing things, they are chasing after the bandits, the terrorists they are chasing them down, they are killing them, they are prosecuting them. You don't think that is enough action or reaction to the situation on ground?
Do you know how many of our security men that have been killed? Can you imagine the level of funding for these people to really do their work? Do you know how many people are losing? In my own family, I've lost a lot of soldiers. Do you know that? And how much is their salary? You know, what are we talking about? You see, and instead of funding security, you are funding Renew Hope projects. That's what is going on in this country. Renew Hope projects. Which are those Renew Hope projects? We are talking about insecurity that is bedeviling the country. Do you know how much it takes to train the general? We have lost 3 generals. Have you heard it in anywhere in this world? That a nation will lose 3 generals and nothing happens. And it is as if nothing has gone wrong. Is that how a government is supposed to run? And so a serious government, and like we said, see, take security as a priority. There is no way you can say those children in Ibadan and elsewhere can be in captivity for weeks, for months, and then we are busy donating vehicles to people, we are busy adopting people, we are busy dancing and Renew Hope and the city boys and city villages. That's a scandal as far as you're concerned. Of course, it shows that Nigerians are not at the center of the administration.
Let me. I mean, you sort of indict this government of insensitivity. You are inferring that this government has lacked focus because you are saying that the president is focusing on 2027 political calculations rather than governance.
Sincerely so.
That's your inference.
Sincerely so.
And those who will say, well, this is not part of governance that he's doing. But if you are making, because Jonathan at some point was being called clueless.
So what will you call this?
What would you? It's you, Emma, should be
Yes.
asking. How would you describe this government?
This is much more than being clueless.
This government?
Oh yeah. Take for example.
Does this government look like he doesn't know what he's doing?
No. Take for example. Can you tell the world how many places the president has gone to in the height of insecurity by himself?
He went to Benue.
Benue at what time?
Plateau.
At what time? Plateau at the airport? They didn't attack people at the airport. People didn't die at the airport.
So what you imagine is that the president, as the commander-in-chief, should have gone, and that those who said when he went to Benue, he should have gone to Yewata, right at the Ground Zero. That when he went to Plateau, he should have gone to the Just community where those are.
Interesting.
Is that what he wanted?
But that is the truth of the matter.
But he said he has sent people there.
Oh,
he has sent his lieutenants to go underground. Those people, but you don't think that is enough?
Those people were not elected by Nigerians. Nigerians elected him to lead them.
So you are asking more for President Bola Tinubu?
Yes, that's what we are saying, nothing more. And that if he can't deliver more, then he should quit. It's as simple as ABC. It's not the first time that people have said so. He himself has said so other presidents.
But do you think he would do that?
Well, if he doesn't, there are other legitimate, legal, legislative avenues that can be deployed.
Oh, so you and your colleagues are ready to take those steps? Legislative actions against the president?
Well, when we get to that bridge...
That infer impeachment?
It depends on what you are saying here.
I mean, constitutionally speaking, when you talk about...
Don't allow us to do our work as opposition lawmakers.
So if it comes to impeachment, you will move against the president?
Is it not legitimate? Is it not provided for in the Constitution? Assuming that the Parliament says we are moving an impeachment motion. Is it not provided for in the Constitution?
This could mean that when you move for impeachment against a sitting president,
yes,
you could be inferring that there's a total collapse or failure of that government.
But that's where we are.
Are things that bad?
That is where we are. That's why you can't go to Kwara. That's where we are. What are you talking about? We are talking about Nigerians suffering, being killed, being slaughtered. Life makes no meaning. And who are these people? Sometimes governments say we don't know them. Sometimes they say they are foreigners. Sometimes they say they are terrorists. Sometimes they say all kinds of things. So we can't even designate them in a way that we can get focus to deal with it.
But what about the state police move of this government?
Good move. Most of us over the years have been agitating for it. Several bills about state police, have been proposed. And it is coming now.
Because government officials will tell you that is one of the steps they are taking to be able to arrest the insecurity in the country.
Let me tell you, I am also an official of government. So when you say government officials, these bills has come time without number in several assemblies, individual, private bills. So to some of us who have been in the legislative institution for some time, it's not new. It is because the present administration has no choice. And that is why, they feel that let's try this. But this is something the legislature, time without number, had tried to bring on board. That it will deal more decisively with this insecurity situation when we have state
What
police.
else do you think this government could do in the next 6 months?
Let me tell you what this government should do. And we said so. Forget about this, what do they call it, renew hope and all that, adoptions and what? And concentrate first on insecurity. Nigerians has to be safe before you talk about 2027 elections. They have to be safe.
The renewed hope,
concentrate. Yes, all those
cancelled.
All those
City boy movement to be cancelled.
Let me tell you.
All those.
Yes, don't take it. Let me tell you. All those monies diverted to buying vehicles that they are sharing to people. All those monies diverted to funding renewal projects that nobody knows, that are not budgeted for. All those monies that they are doing for adoption and all that, put them into security. Train Nigeria police. Train them, equip them. No matter how much Nigeria police needs for training and equipment, provide the money and train them and empower them so that they can take charge of internal security.
Honorable, we need to go now. My final question will be, you are a huge supporter of Goodluck Jonathan. He's your clansman. you are thinking, and the last time you said that it would do a better job than the government of the day.
Frankly speaking.
But sadly, the group that is the Turaki group seems to have been arm twisted, the capacity neutralized by the legal and the political process and not recognized.
That's what we said today, that the judiciary and the present government is stifling the political space. This had never happened before. Never in the history of Nigeria, political parties were left to do their own thing. This government believes that they are going to stifle political parties, they will shrink the political space, but it will not happen. So whether you sit here to say Turaki's faction is not recognized, the impostors, the APC people,
who are the imposters? The Yeson Wike side of the divide.
Who parade themselves?
Yeson Wike is your leader in your party now.
I don't know.
Is your national leader the national leader of the PDP?
You are the one saying it.
Is it not your leader?
I don't know when last I met with him in PDP affairs. So he may be you are the one who says he's a leader.
You are a member of the PDP.
I don't think. I can show it to you again. This is PDP.
But is Wike not your national leader?
I don't know about that. I've never called him national leader. He has never been my national leader.
So Wike is not your national leader?
I don't know when he was appointed. Where he was appointed.
Will Jonathan be on the ballot in 2027?
If you ask PDP, they will tell you.
PDP
gave him waiver as a former president.
Why are you forcing the man? The man has not even come out.
Why don't you allow him to speak for himself?
Has he come out?
No, why are you speaking for him?
I'm asking, has he come out?
No, because you are speaking for him.
It does look like you are forcing him.
No.
Can you force the horse to go to...
PDP said this is our candidate. So why are you speaking for PDP and speaking for Jonathan?
But we've not heard the man. Can the man want to run for president?
No.
Or you want to carry his leg and run for the race?
Listen, if you want to sponsor him, you can do so. But let me tell you, PDP said we are going to do something unusual in this nation. We are going to present to Nigerians a big bang. So wait for it.
And that big bang
don't try to sniff it out of me. You will see it happen. And that will be the end of the 2027 election.
Not Senator Sandy Ono.
I don't know him.
Is the presidential candidate?
Maybe of APC.
Of
APC.
Of the Wike.
No, of
PDP.
APC.
But
is it of APC?
You have disowned Wike.
No, is he of APC? Presidential candidate of APC or what?
Okay. It seems that you have more problems in your party than even the nation of Nigeria.
Wait until we get there.
All right. Honorable Fred Agberi is the brand new minority leader in the House of Representatives. Many thanks for coming, and I wish you and your side of the PDP the very best.
That is the PDP. It's not about my side. That's the PDP.
Maybe
I said by the judiciary, Supreme Appeal Courts, they have all said so.
Before you go and pay homage to your national leader, Yeson Wike.